Hello everyone, this is Sky and welcome back to my channel. Well, it's been a long time since I've done a video, and I'm speaking a little bit low because it's nighttime and everybody's asleep. I just wanted to do an update. This one's probably just going to be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit hurtful. So my husband and I, we're kind of parting ways, I guess you can say, after 9 years. But you know, hey, it is what it is. It's just another journey that I have to go through. But I am basically living in my own room again. Yeah, it's bringing back memories, you know. Back maybe 10 years ago, I was doing these kind of videos in my own bedroom in Florida. Now I'm in my own bedroom in Las Vegas. So yeah, so that's one big major change in my life. I still have my son. Basically, you know, he's going to be an adult soon, you know, and I'll be moving on and just doing my own thing. But yeah, so that's been a big change, and I'm kind of going through these things right now. It can be a little bit difficult, but you know, I'll make it through it. Not sure if I'm going to post this or not. Maybe so. I don't know. This is part of my journey. Yeah. But I did want to talk about, you know, a few things that you know, my channel, I've always talked about, you know, just doing like updates for hormones and things like that. I did just recently go through some changes on that front. I don't know if I've discussed it. I can't remember. I'd have to go back on some videos. But I'll do say that I think about a year ago, I talked to my doctor about getting on microdoses of testosterone to regain some of my libido, because basically I hardly had any testosterone in my system at all, and I was kind of feeling those effects. Now, during that year, I was using testosterone gel. I had to experiment with my doses to see, you know, what my levels are. And the current dose that I was using made my blood levels, you know, on the mid-size range, or the mid-range of female, you know, what's normal for females, you know. So I wasn't at the maximum end, I wasn't at the low end, I was kind of right there in the middle, which, you know, I thought was fine. But I felt like, you know, during that time, you know, I keep saying, you know, I felt like I gained more weight, and I don't mean like fat weight, even though I did gain a lot of weight in the last few years, which I'm really trying to work on right now. I need to get back to where I was. I'm not happy with how I look at, you know, this weight. Anyways, back to the testosterone. So I was taking microdoses every 4 days or something like that. But I noticed I was gaining weight in ways that, you know, I didn't want to. And of course, if you followed my channel at all in the past, I has been struggling with my fitness goals, the martial arts stuff, and, you know, in maintaining femininity. Only thing is I feel like I've masculinized quite a bit. Yeah, I've gained a lot of weight. I'm at a heavier weight now, and my muscles, I've gained size relatively quickly compared to what I normally would, because I followed the same exercise regimen that I've always followed, and I was never able to gain a lot of size. But I mean, this time around, oh my God, I was like, you know, I mean, if I wanted to continue doing that, it would have been awesome, but that's not my goals. I mean, when I can't fit in my clothes size, as far as like my shoulders and arms and stuff like that, I think it's, time to make considerations, which I did. So I decided to get off the testosterone. And I feel like, of course, doing that, I was feeling some changes, of which I'm still I think I'm dealing with. I'm not sure. But I feel better as far as like my appearance and everything. Yeah, I know it might just be mental, but I feel like there is actually a difference since I've been off the testosterone. Because I gained a lot of fat storage while I was on it. I probably have some reserve testosterone inside my fat cells that now that I'm trying to lose the weight, that's probably going to get released, and I'll probably feel the effects of, some little bit of extra testosterone in my system for a little while until I lose it all and process it out, I guess. I don't know. But hopefully I can get through that. And of course, I'll be getting blood work and having doctor's visits and stuff like that. Speaking of which, on the doctor front, I've had to go to an actual schedule my appointments with actual people who are involved in the LGBTQ and blah 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 community. It's just too long for me to say all that. But I did have to resort to that as my primary care decided to do a subscription-based visits where I have to pay a subscription every month in order to get hormonal support. So I went through another route because I'm not going to pay for that monthly subscription just to get my hormones. It's just, I think that's wrong. So yeah, I will be seeing specific LGBT, related healthcare, which is, I think, is a good idea for me. A lot of things been going on in my life. I work 7 days a week. My weekends, I'm trying to get back because of my business that I was trying to do. But right now, because I'm going through this separation, I gotta, make considerations because my life, everything in my life is changing, and I gotta do something about that. So I'll probably be closing that down so that I can start saving money, as well as pay off some bills, and then also focus on myself, meaning getting my weekends back so that I can, take a break from work, get the mental load off of me, and just focus back on my life. I've been so busy that I forgot about my goals and things like that. I mean, I've always, since I've started this journey, obviously I want to be as feminine as possible. Going through the fitness and martial arts kind of path led me into a different direction. And I feel that, I'm less of what my goal was. So I'm returning to that. I think for this past month, I've been focused on that. For a while, I was wearing exercise clothes every day. I stopped wearing dresses. I stopped, doing a lot of things. My hair and makeup. I didn't focus on any of that. I started buying more dresses and things. So, I mean, at work every day, I'm focused on just wearing dresses. I've gotten new shoes, wearing low heels and professional looking feminine clothes. All that, wearing jewelry. doing my makeup. Yeah, yeah, I'm happy with the direction that I'm going. I'm going back to my roots. And, you know, I may continue doing these videos, you know, because this is my therapy, I guess. Just doing videos. Just like I used to. And hopefully, you know, you guys join in my journey and, you know, help cheer me on, maybe. I don't know. I'm gonna need it. I'm gonna definitely need some cheering on. Yeah, I'm not sure what else to say. Again, this is the format I usually do my videos on. I really don't have a whole lot of time to get fancy and talk about issues and things like that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe I should, but then again, you know, that's not what my channels are about. It's just me talking about my life, I guess. So yeah, I hope that, you know, things work out, which I know they will. I have a new life here. You know, I've been in Vegas for 7 years now, and I've, you know, created a little bit of a life for myself here, and I'm going to try to continue that. Otherwise, I'll have to pack up and move back to Florida, which I do miss a lot. But again, I've gotten so used to this, you know, area. You know, moving back to Florida, I would be missing the mountains, the terrain, and all the fun stuff that's out here. I've not been literally I've been acting like a local because I live out here and the Strip isn't really a draw for me. I mean, it's nice to go every once in a while and see all the things, the crazy things and the fun things and the not so fun things, the interesting stuff, you know, out in town. But at the end of the day, it's just my life here. I just live it just like a local, I guess. Yeah, I think that's it for now. I'll probably do another update. You know, it might be a little bit raw, you know, but it's going to be real. It's not going to be curated like a lot of videos are. Not saying there's anything wrong with that, but again, my channel is about just the realistic stuff that people go through, and I think, you know, maybe this will give some people insight of, you know, how a trans person would live versus, you know, all that fancy, I don't know, informational stuff that everybody tries to do, I guess. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep all this in this video. I might. I just don't have the bandwidth right now to actually do a lot of editing. So this is just going to be a raw video that I want to post. Hopefully, yeah, hope you guys continue to follow me, especially you guys that's been around for a while. I will catch you later. Bye.